What's going on, y'all? So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about travel and tourism. We would really be doing a disservice to sports and entertainment marketing if we didn't really mention the two, right? So according to the World Travel and Tourism Council, back in 2019, travel and tourism accounted for 10.4% of the global GDP. GDP just meaning gross domestic product or total accumulated value of goods and services, right? So 10.4% of that global GDP came from travel and tourism. Now, of course, it took a major hit in 2020 due to COVID and it dropped to 5.5%. But still, with that understanding, it's absolutely extremely, I can't say it enough, important for us as sports and entertainment marketers to understand the value in travel and tourism. So let's just get into it. So, our learning targets for today are I can explain the role of travel and tourism in sports and entertainment marketing, and I can discuss the roles of resorts and theme parks. So, the travel and tourism industries are very closely related to the sports and entertainment industries. Why do you ask? Well, because many people travel to attend or participate in big events, right? So, think of the NBA Finals, which is one of my favorites, or the Super Bowl or the Olympics, right? People are congregating from all over the world to watch and, to really participate in viewing these major sporting events. And you also have to think about how these places are attracting tourists and their money as well, which is an important part of the business, right? Of course, we want to satisfy customer needs, but as business owners, as sports and entertainment marketers, you're in it to drive money towards the business and to grow the business, right? And this tourist money is very important to many different locations. So think back to the GDP that we just mentioned not too long ago. Now, really, there are two types of economic impacts that can be imparted by traveling and tourism, right? Now, the first one that we're going to look at is actually called the direct economic impact, and that is just the total amount of new spending resulting from an event or an attraction. Number two, or the second one that we're looking at, is the indirect economic impact, and that is simply determined by the multiplier effect. Now, that may be new to you. So, the multiplier effect is the portion of money spent by visitors on local goods and services, and that is in turn spent by local employers and employees, and then it is recirculated in the area. So, just think of people keeping money within their own community, right? It's just going to continuously circulate. So I want you to think about this one question, right? Why should the travel industry be concerned about the local people who live near tourist sites? So I'm going to give you a second to think about that. So I'm hoping that your thoughts were somewhere along the lines of that the travel industry should assure that the locals, right, the people who are in that area are benefiting and growing, from the results of that tourism, right? Why not take care of your own? Makes sense, right? You want to make sure that the people in your everyday community are growing, are flourishing from the benefits of the travel and tourism as well, not just the business. Because again, it's about community aspect. It's about understanding wants, needs, and building relationships along the way. All right, all right, all right. So we're getting towards the end of the lesson, and I'm so glad that y'all stuck with me all the way through it. Now, the last point that I wanted to share with you is concerning resorts and theme parks, right? Now, obviously, these are very important tourist destinations. Myself, I don't really mess with roller coasters. I'm not going to cap to you, but I do enjoy going from time to time. So if we're thinking locally, it may be Lake Compounce or Quasi. If we're thinking on a bigger scale, definitely Disneyland, Disney World, right? And there's reasons behind why these are so important tourist attractions and destinations. Um, so many travel destinations will combine the features of both theme parks and resorts. And there's a reason behind this. It's really just to offer the best of both worlds, in effort to attract a wide range of visitors and age groups, right? So when we think of the multi generational term that we see here, right? It's really just appealing to and accommodating all age groups, all different demographics, in order to bring everyone together and obviously get the most people involved in their resort, theme park, whatsoever. That's it. That's a wrap. Two main takeaways from today: people travel for sports and entertainment events, and resorts and theme parks cater to multiple generations to attract more visitors and ultimately increase their revenue. Straight to the point. See y'all next time.